Tanya. וזהו אמר שאמר הלל הזקן לקיום מצווה זו. This is what Hillel Zaken said about the mitzvah of loving your neighbor like you love yourself. Zeu kol Torah kula. This is the entire Torah. So this is seemingly an exaggeration. Loving your neighbor like yourself is the whole Torah. So we have to realize it's not an exaggeration. What does he mean to say? He means that loving your fellow requires you to develop a certain dynamic in yourself, and that mirrors the same dynamic you have to do for the rest of the entire Torah, right? What's the reason you're going to love your fellow? He bothers me, or he's not me. Why would I waste my time with him? So I have to focus on that he's a soul, and I have to focus on that he's the son of Hashem, and I have to focus on how we're all connected, and I have to focus on I'm busy trying to make my missions complete for the service of Hashem. He also has a mission in this world to serve Hashem, and I have to help him complete that mission too. So I have to focus on all these spiritual things in order to motivate myself to after Kamocha. So any mitzvah is like that. Why would I want to do any mitzvah? I have to focus on the spiritual aspect and the spiritual gains and what's really going on behind the scenes, and then I'm going to be motivated to do the Torah and to do the mitzvot, and that's the yesod v'shorish kol Torah kula. And that's the basis for the root principle of the entire Torah, transcending the physical, remembering there's a spiritual, and connecting the two back together. And that is what's going to go and raise and elevate the soul's importance over the body. And this concept is in Kabbalah called Ratzov V'Shov. Ratzov V'Shov means that the angels, they run and they return. Which means, and just also, yes, Yaakov's ladder, Olim V'Yordim, that there's people who can go to the highest of high, but they forget to come back down. You understand? You can have a guy who becomes a fanatic, becomes a Kabbalist. He's all in the heebie-jeebie world, and then people can't talk to him. Hello, like you have family, let's be normal. Can we go out to eat? Have fun? No, asur. Overdrive, fourth gear, nobody's catching up to him, right? So he was Ratzov. He ran, but he didn't Vashov. He didn't come back. He doesn't know how to uplift people with him. He just ran, right? And then there's people who don't grow, who don't go at all. They're just stuck here. They don't. One day, Rabbi, slowly. They didn't move. You got to move. You got to keep going. So there's a balance it's called Ratzov V'Shov. It's a very hard balance to make, but you have to be able to make that balance. And he says that once you do this, you're able to connect, to go up higher, at the same time come back down and uplift and make yourself elevating the physical. That's when you're going to be able to do the whole Torah, and just starting from after Chamocha. And the Baal Shem Tov Alav Shalom used to say, he says that he said, making my soul a sense and going to Shamayim and seeing the holy things and connecting to up high is not difficult. The hardest part for me was to come back down. And to bring down what I understood, explain it, and be part of this world, and to withstand things that I didn't really like, or to understand that people are not on my level, and to deal with their shenanigans. To come back down was the hardest part, not to go up. Going up is easy. Come back down is the hard part. He says, "Gam lamshich or insof baruch hu b'knesset Yisrael k'shorit v'elek." As I explained below, to draw down God's infinite light into the spiritual world, into this world, right? Known as the Zohar says Knesset Israel, and Mekor Neshamot Kol Israel, which is the source of all souls of Israel. So therefore, this is the Lemahave Echad Be'echad Dafka, to merge as one, to remember that all our souls are really part of one thing, Knesset Israel. And if you think about it, it's a skill. It's a skill to explain things. Imagine you have a guy who has diamonds, right? The guy doesn't know anything about diamonds. The guy knows everything about diamonds. So he goes and he says, why is this one 10,000 and why is this one 5,000? You don't know how to explain to him. The guy, forget this. He throws everything away, right? What does it make a difference? It's just rocks, right? So, but if your guy knows how to explain, and he shows him what the grading system is, he teaches him, he finds the right way, so then the guy will appreciate it. The guy say, wow, I didn't know there's so many detail and there's so much beauty in this industry. I didn't know there's so much to pay attention to. So now he values it. A person has to know, part of returning, we all grow, we all learn a lot of Torah. Then we go home, we have to teach it to our family. We go and deal with people who are not religious as us, and we have to explain it to them. And that's the most difficult part, called shov, returning. But you have to know how to explain it. The sages say, then you have to say three things Erev Shabbat. Seraten, Erev Ten, Adikot Aner. Did you separate Maaser? Did you make eruv, hatzerot? And did you go light the candle? Command, go light the candle. So the Gemara says, maybe I should yell it at my wife. Chika, 5 minutes till lighting. Where are you? Light the candle. What kind of eshechayel are you? Pazor minya. Screaming, right? So the Gemara says, no, don't do that. What should you do? Divrei chachamim benachat nishmaim. The words of the sages are heard with gentleness. You say, I want to give you a gentle reminder. You only have 5 minutes left. You should light the candle. I'm going to shul. Just letting you know, reminding you. Bye. Gently. So what does that mean? It means that the word sages, has to be that the person embraces it. A person has to understand what you're saying. If we shove it down people's throats, it's not going to go. It has to be that you explain gently. You see that the person sees you mean well. The person sees that you're being genuine. And then you know what? Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to give word. That's the reason why you explained so beautiful. You didn't make me nervous. You really made me approach it nicely. Okay, I'm going to embrace it. I want to hear what you have to say. I'm going to hear it. I'm going to hear you out. But a lot of times, especially kids, today, if you force it down their throat, you don't give them reason, you don't show them beauty, you don't show them the love. Force. Then you wake up and you see a whole grade of kids in the park on Shabbat, breaking Shabbat, not religious. How could it be? Everyone's so religious around. No, there's the kids, the off-derech kids. A whole community, super religious people where everyone's from. A bunch of community of a bunch of people by the lake. Shabbat. Why? Because it wasn't with love. A lot of times it's shoved down the throat. It wasn't an explanation. It wasn't with gentleness. It was just, you have to, because what are people going to say? You have to, because I'm your Abba and I said so. You understand? And then they break. And then in our community also happens. The parents are very tough. The kid runs into the street. He goes to the street. He says, listen, my parents don't hear me out. Maybe someone in the street will hear me out. And then he rebels and he becomes a hoodlum. You know, and then he comes to a shul and he does the shuvah when he's 25, 30 years old, 50 years old. I don't know anything. I have to start learning. If only I knew about Yaakov Avinu when I was younger. I didn't know about him. I wish I knew. And then he has to play catch up. All because they didn't have divrei chachamim nishmei menachat. And it takes to change yourself, to teach differently. It means part of breaking yourself. It's so easy to just bark. And it takes humility to break yourself and say, I have to teach how he needs to hear, not how I want to hear. There's chesed, two ways of chesed. I have this jacket, it doesn't fit me anymore. So I tell somebody, here, you want a jacket? Wow, you did a chesed, unbelievable. Then there's chesed, what jacket do you need? I'm going to go get it. Not because I have leftover jacket out here. It's a chesed really for myself, I got rid of the jacket. But then there's doing chesed what the person needs, not because that's what easy for me to give away. You understand? It takes humility. Most people do chesed because it's easy for me to give. It's a write-off. Anyways, I'm not going to get this money. I'll just write it. And now they go, yeah, you gave $20,000 to this organization. And he goes, it was a write-off. You know? And they give me all this kavod. He comes Yom Kippur, 100,000 neila. You know? Wow, you heard the whole community. This guy gave 100,000. This guy, he wished he could give more. He wished he could have been more. It was all write-off, right? But then the person who says, no, let's not start what I need. You know, there's always an argument when you're trying to sell something. No? So give me your price. No, you make the price. No, you come, you make the price. No, you make the price. Because they want to know who's going to...
What did you get before?
Yeah. Because they want to know, maybe he's going to say higher than what I say, so I'm going to make more money. Let him shoot himself in the foot, right? So that's why when it comes to chesed, we have to say, let's start with you. What do you need? What do you need? And then I will provide what you need. Not, okay, this is what I can give. You know, that's how people come to sometimes the chesed. Okay, you need $20,000? Sorry. I can only give 10. That's it. It is what you want me in or you want me out. That's it. No. What do you need? So that's what he says, to really be someone who runs and returns and uplifts everyone around him. What do you need? And I break myself to give that to you. Baruch na olam. Amen.